Good morning. Good morning. Wakey, wakey. Good morning. Hi, cubies and newbies. I am Sunshine, and this is the ABCube method for solving Rubik's cubes. I am the ABCube tutor. It's called the ABCube method because it takes it down to the ABCs, the basic building blocks of understanding the cubing, and then everything else is built on that. So it's also called the ABCube method because we've got formula A, formula B, and with formula A and formula B it solves every complexity cube that you can have. Well, okay, every complexity n by n by n cube. I haven't tried it on different shapes. This works on everything that is internally a 3 by 3. This is not a 3 by 3. This is not an n by n. This is a 3 by 3 by 9. Works on this as well with one minor adaptation, but it's still formula A, formula B. Works on every complexity cube. Works on every complexity minx, and it works on this cube, this pyramid. I haven't tried it on larger pyramids. But just formula A brings a piece to the top, twists corners, and formula B moves 3 pieces around, and that's all you need to be able to do. Because it's the same muscle memory. I only use two lines to demonstrate each move. The arrow represents the slice that you're turning, and the black line, the line represents the cube that's holding still. So with that, you can work on a 2 by 2. It would be the top row and the outside columns. When you work on the top row, and formula A is usually the bottom row and the right column, and that works on those corners. But it can also be used for the center, middle row, middle column as well. It can be used for the entirety of the first face, but you can't use it for other faces because it does affect all 6 sides at the same time. Formula B, however, only moves 3 pieces and only 3 pieces around, and then depending on which columns you use, different pieces move. If you use outside columns, corners move, outside inside column, edges move, and 2 inside columns and centers move. But it's still for 8 moves. For every move there's every other move there's a reverse of it. So for every left there's a right, for every up there's a down. So it does not move, does not affect the rest of the cube that you already solved. So it doesn't matter whether you're working on the first pieces of the solve or the last pieces of the solve, because it's not messing up whatever came before it. So let's see who's here today. Rumper, bumper, stomper, do. Tell me, do. Okay. Yesterday I did corners. Well, early. I break it down into sections throughout the week, and I each step building on the step before. So let's move these out of the side. This is just a spin toy, fidget toy. All right, so with the corners done, the corners solved, the 2 by 2 is done. And for every other cube, what we've done is we've established what color each face is going to be. Okay, so in working with the corners, we work with 4 cubies at a time. So we do the first 4 corners, then we do the second 4 corners. And so since we've been looking, this is not a speed solve method, this is not a fewest moves method, this is just simply the only beginner's method for large cubes. It's a direct solve method rather than a reduction method. So for the corners, I've been training my eyes to look for the white and for the yellow. So let's keep doing that. Let's keep looking for the white and the yellow. So the formula B is, let's see, it's got so the white, so I hold the cube, and I hold the cube so that I look at the front of the cube as if it's a spreadsheet with rows and columns, and the arrows represent the columns or the slices that moved. So I'm holding the cube with the corners now dictate the colors. So with yellow and white left and right, you're looking for any cube, any piece in the middle area, that's anything that's not on the outside columns, that has a yellow or white. I'm looking at the corners. I looked only at the corners, and looking at the edges, I'm looking only at the edges. So I'm looking only at the edges, and I'm looking only for yellow and white. So with yellow and white left and right, I find a piece in the middle that has a yellow or white. Okay. With the active color, the yellow or white color is on top. Okay. So this is the cube that I'm going to be applying Formula B to. I'm going to move the corners together as a unit so that the corners match the front. And so the corners match the front, the top color determines which direction it's going. So this is going the yellow direction, so it's not going to be above the white. You're going to go to the white side, it's going to go to the yellow side, so this one's going to land over here. So it's the top row and 2 columns, and the columns are dictated by the cube you want to move. So since this is the piece I want to move and I want it to land somewhere on this column, this is my first column and this is my second column. And so with Formula B, you start by moving away from the action, and then first up, move it back in, second up, away, down, in, down. So we're not ever moving the back, or we're just moving, looking at the columns on the slices from the front. And so that put this piece here. Okay, here's another piece. Bring the corners to match the front. It's going in the white direction, so it's going over here. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay, and we're just placing pieces one at a time. I'm not spending time finding, oh, here's an orange and white, where's the other orange and white, let me pair them up, as you would in the reductionist method, because it's not necessary, since I know where it's going to land now because my corners are correct. So if the corners match the front and it's going in the white direction, top row, first column, second column. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay, and allow the rinse repeat for as long as there's a yellow or white anywhere in the middle area. That's the piece we're going to we're going to work on. So corners match the front. It's going in the yellow direction. So first column, second column, top row, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. And we're just placing pieces one at a time. They will pair themselves up. If we want looking for yellow or whites, sorry. And we want the yellow or white to be on top, so we're flipping the cube, but yellow and white, as dictated by the corners, are still left and right. So, line up your corners, determine which direction it's going, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. And like I said, they'll pair themselves up. Corners match the front, it's going in the white direction, up, up, down, down. Now this is the same regardless of which cubes we're working on, because we've got the corners done. Now we're working with the opposite corners, the yellow and white sides. So we do the corners on the opposite edges, and then so the centers rotate freely while we're working on the opposite edges. Corners match the front, it's going in the white direction. Slide up, slide second up, slide first down, slide second down. And we're again, we're ignoring the centers, we don't care about them yet. So there's no yellow or white on this edge, there's yellow or white on this edge, so let's pick one. Corners to match the front. It's going in this direction. Slide up, sorry, the thing fell off. Slide down, okay. And it's just lather, rinse, repeat for as long as there's a piece in the middle that wants to be on the outside. You find the piece and you throw it in the direction it wants to be. Up, up, down, down. Okay. Find another piece. Yellow and white are left and right. Active colors on top. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay. No yellow or white here, but here's one. So this is the piece I'm doing next. Active color on top, yellow and white are left and right. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. I started with the 4x rather than the 3x, so you can see how even if it's you're just working with the column that has the color on it. So I'm showing you how you upscale from a 3x3. Corners, direction, away, up, in, up, away, down, in, down. Okay, here's another one. This direction. And see, they pair themselves up. You don't have to spend time looking for particular pieces and then placing them at the end. That seems to me to be a double solve rather than, so no yellow there, yellow or white there, yellow or white there. Okay, when you run out of the yellow and white in the middle, check to see if the sides are correct, if the edges are correctly between the corners that they match. And most often they will. Sometimes they won't, because I've got a piece that I haven't affected yet because it was already there. If you have a piece that's incorrect, then just again use Formula B, throw a random piece into the spot that's incorrect, and then that will put the piece into the middle where you can place it then correctly. So opposite edges are working on this one. This one, yellow and white are left and right. Find a piece that's yellow or white. Active color on top, corners match the front, determine its direction, and then slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay, and we're just placing pieces one at a time. I set the center first, but if I didn't, I can still set the center with A once the edges are correct, so I'm not overly worried about that. So there's no yellow or white here, no yellow or white here, no yellow or white here. So we look and see. Some of them are correct and some of them are not, so we find a piece that's incorrect and we're going to work with that piece. We're going to throw a piece from the middle into that spot, which will move it out to the middle, and then I can work on it. So still Formula B, up, up, down, down, and then I place this one, and that will displace out. Your fault. You just follow the dominoes. Just keep, for as long as there's a yellow or white in the middle, that's the one you're working on. Okay, corners match the front, this direction, up, up, down, down. Here it is. Corners match the front, this direction, up, up, down, down. Okay, that's not yellow or white, that's not yellow or white. When you have no more yellow or white edges in the middle, you check the outsides, see if they're happy, and if they are, you move on. So these opposite edges are done for these two. Let's shift this one. Yellow and white are left and right. Find yellow or whites in the middle. And regardless of, the larger the cube, the more of the same that you're doing, but it's nothing. Formula A and Formula B are all you need to know. You don't have to learn new formula, new patterns. So, and you just apply it to each individual piece that you want to move, and it moves. Up, up, down, down. And in doing so, you're only ever moving 3 pieces at a time. Let me show you what that looks like on a larger cube that's not scrambled. Where did I put away all my cubes? I wanted to show you. It's in my purse. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, here's a 7x. I'm just going to pause in my tutorial here, just real quick, to demonstrate. Nobody is with me today. That is so funny. Okay, so Formula A is just bottom row, right column, brings piece to the top. You can use it on the total of one face, but that's okay. And then Formula B, for the top row and the outside columns, we'll move corners around like so, up, up, down, down. Okay, it moves these three corners. Once has the effect of going clockwise, twice has the effect of going counterclockwise, 3 times gets you back to where you began. So that's that. If you wanted to use the let's do that. Down, down, up, up, down, down. Okay, same pattern. If you change which columns you're using, if you use an inside and an outside column, up, up, down, down, and you're moving 3 edge pieces, and only 3 edge pieces. The 1 has the effect of one direction, 2 has the effect of the other direction, and 3 has the effect of having done nothing at all. Okay, and then when you use the 2 inside columns, you just find a piece that you want to find the piece you want to move from the front face. Okay, select it, and then you just follow this piece with your 2 columns. So we go up, slide to a different column, that becomes your second column, and then reverse down, set the top, and you're moving 3 pieces around, but it looks like you've moved 2 pieces. 2 of the pieces were the same color, but you're always moving 3 pieces. It doesn't matter which direction you're going, unless for the diagonals you have to be careful. You're using 2 columns. For the obliques, it doesn't really matter which direction you turn, as long as you're using 2 separate columns, unless you care about making a pretty picture on the front. Then it matters which direction you go. So I'm going to demonstrate that we're moving, it looks like we're moving these 2, but we're going to be moving 3, because actually, I'm going to do it this way. So this piece is not going to land here, it's going to land somewhere else, and a white piece, the piece it displaces, will come into here. So up, up, down, down, and see, it did not come into it went into a different column. So that's, and then just find the piece that's wrong, throw it in the direction it wants to be. Okay, so these have corners and opposite edges done. This has corners and opposite edges done. Working on this one, yellow and white are left and right. Just find a piece in the middle that has yellow or white on it on the edge. Corners match the front, determine its direction over here, and that would be top row. First column is where it's going to land, second column is where it begins. So up, up, down, down. I will pause here to say that this is not a speed solving method, this is not a fewest moves method, but it is it does work on every complexity cube, and you can learn it inside of 2 hours. Here's a yellow or white. In fact, there's 2 of them, so I'm going to treat them as one piece. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. You can use pieces that have paired themselves up as one piece, but except for when you're on the level that shows you whether or not you have a parity or not. Pairing pieces up and the reductionist method actually increases your odds of a parity. And parities are fun, but parities are lies. We don't have to play with them unless we want to. Corners match the front, active color on top, going in this direction. All of these want to move out. If I wanted to at this point in time, I can treat these as one piece and move all of these out at the same time, which cuts down on which saves time. Not necessary, but it saves time. And so, like I said, it's not a speed solve method, but for those who want to speed solve, if you know this, when you're looking at what the algorithms do, it's easier to see what the algorithms are doing if you can do the algorithm from a solved cube rather than from a scrambled cube. So this is helpful for people who are speed solving, to help them just reset their cube so you can learn the patterns from a solved state rather than trying to figure out what's happening. So corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down. Okay. Corners match the front, going this direction. This one wants to move out as well, so let's see if there's something advantageous to place in there. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so as long as I'm not putting a yellow or white in, and then I can displace this one at this time as well. So we'll treat these as one piece. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay, find another piece in the middle that has yellow or white. Bring the corners to match the front. That's not the matching the front. There we go. Going in this direction. All of these can be moved, so let's see if there's anything else advantageous. Okay, so I'll treat this as one piece and move all 3 of these out there, since this piece wants to go and these ones can move. Here's blue and white. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Okay. Just looking to see if there's anything else advantageous. And there is. They're all in here. So I can move this, treat this as one piece. Up, up. The center slices twist freely while we're working on the opposite edges. We don't care about preserving the center until we get to working on the side edges. So yellow and white are left and right, active color on top, corners match the front, and lather, rinse, repeat. More of the same. So the larger cubes are not more difficult than the smaller cubes. There's just more pieces to move, but the pieces are all moved the same way. So it's nothing new to learn. Slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Is this one? Nope, not favorable. So slide up, up, down, down. Do, 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 do. Find another piece. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Well, let's see, 1, 2, yep, I found it. Okay, so we can treat these as one piece. Slide up, slide down. And that's a shortcut you can only take when you're working on the opposite edges. Corners match the front, determine its direction. 1, 2, 3, well, there's the other one, but it's faced in the wrong direction, so I'm not going to use it. So just this piece. Up, up, down, down. Okay. This one. Corners to match the front. It's going in this direction. Up. I don't know if you guys can hear the lawnmower outside. Slide up. Active color on top. Up, up, down, down. Okay. Looking, yellow and white are left and right. Active color on top, corners match the front. It's going this way. Up, up, down, down. And 1, 2. We ran out of yellow or whites on the edge pieces, and now we look to see whether they're happily placed between their respective corners. And if they are, we move to the next step, and if they're not, then we just displace whatever is incorrectly placed with a random piece from the middle to there, and then we follow through placing it. So opposite edges are done for these 3. I'm going to do it for these ones as well. Yellow and white are left and right. Okay. Find a yellow or white in the middle that wants to be placed. White's on top. front color is this red, so I bring the corners to match the front. It's going in this direction, up, up, down, down. Okay, find another piece from the middle, active color on top, corners match the front. It's going in this direction, up, up, down, down. Find another piece in the middle with yellow or white, active color on top, corners to match the front, determine its direction, up, up, down, down. Active color on top, yellow and white are left and right, corners match the front, determine its direction, slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay? No more yellow or whites in the middle, so we check the sides. Some of them are correct, some of them are incorrect. We find an incorrect piece, and we're going to throw a piece from the middle, a random piece from the middle into that spot, which will move it out into the middle where I can work on it. So, slide up, slide up, slide down, yellow, white, left and right, active color on top, corners match the front, going in this direction, and just follow, as long as there's a yellow or white in the middle areas, we keep going. Okay. Yellow and white are left and right, active colors on top, bring the corners to match the front, allow the rinse repeat, up, up, down, down. Okay. Yellow and white are left and right, active colors on top, corners match the front, this direction, slide up, slide up, slide down, slide down. Okay. No more yellow or whites in the middle again, so we reassess. And the whites are happy, and the yellows are happy. So these, the opposite edges are done on all of these. This is the only cube left to do. Let's do this one. Now this one, if you remember, it's not yellow and white. Opposite yellow was red. So when I say yellow and white left and right, it actually depends on the corners. So it's fine for, so I'm looking for yellows and reds instead of yellows and whites. Okay. And so active colors on top, the opposite edges are left and right. Bring the corners to match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down. Okay. Find another yellow or opposite. Find an opposite edge color. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down. Void cube does not turn as smoothly as the cube you probably have. Yellow and red are left and right. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. And as soon as we have the opposite edges placed, it's an organic pausing place for the next step. There's a red, which is an opposite color, active color on top. Bringing the corners to match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down. Okay, here's another red. Corners to match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down. Find another piece in the middle that wants to be on the outside. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down. Okay. Here's another opposite color. Corners match the front. It's going in this direction. Up, up, down, down. Okay, this is not an opposite color, this is not an opposite color, this one is. Flip the cube so it's on top, yellow, the opposite edges are still left and right. Corners match the front, going in this direction, up, up, down, down. Okay, yellow or red, no, yellow or red, no, yellow or red, no. When I run out of opposite colors, then I check to see whether they're happy. And if they are, proceed to the next step. And if they're not, I displace them with a random color to put it in the middle, and I place it again. So that's it. So we do the corners first. No matter which cube you have, they're all treated the exact same way. They can all be solved with this method. So corners done, 2 by 2 is solved. Opposite edges done, and we're almost done with the 3 by 3. We'll come back tomorrow and do the side edges, and then the 3 by 3 will be done. And then the rest of them will just keep moving along, but it's still Formula A, Formula B. All right, well, thank you for joining me. Appreciate ya. And feel free to ask me questions. My email is, there's a typo here. That's supposed to be a comma, but abcube.how is where you can find my solution online. And if my email is abcube.how@gmail.com. So, happy cubing, everybody. Go have a good rest of the day. You deserve it. And I'll be back tomorrow.